Nina and Portia have a falling out, Emma and Gio raid Dalton's second lab, and Rocco storms out on his parents. It's Thanksgiving evening. At Lulu's place, Dante tells Rocco that he doesn't want him hanging out with Gio anymore, as he's a bad influence. Rocco says his dad can't cut his brother out of his life and asks his mom if she's okay with this. Lulu sides with Dante, saying Gio seems to be a common denominator in Rocco's troubles. Rocco says his dad is acting just like Drew, and screams, "What gives you the right to say who my family is when you walked out on me and mom twice?" Rocco then storms out, and Lulu has to stop Dante from chasing after him. Dante asks Lulu if she agrees with Rocco that he abandoned her. Lulu hasn't thought about their WSB problems in so long, but yes, she felt he had abandoned her back then, but she never mentioned her feelings ever to Rocco. Dante knows this is on him. Rick shows up at Sunny's to share an after-dinner drink. Given they likely aren't ready to sit down to a dinner together, Sunny invites his brother in and they chat about their daughters, who are closer than ever. As their talk turns to Rocco's issues, they are interrupted by a knock at the door, and it's Rocco. Sunny invites the boy in, and he fumes to his grandfather that he walked out on his parents and isn't going back. Rocco asks if he can stay here. Sunny calls Lulu and Dante to let them know Rocco's whereabouts. Rocco explains the fight he had with his dad. Sunny notes the boy has been making some bad choices lately. He suggests Rocco needs to prove to his parents that they can trust him. Sunny says he can stay here for the night, and they embrace. Sunny tells the boy he's going to be okay. Back at Lulu's, Dante notes that things feel like they're getting worse. Lulu says Rocco has found out a lot of life-changing information in a short amount of time, and they must give him time. She says Rocco likely sees Gio, who just found out the truth about his parents, as being in a similar situation. Lulu says their son won't give up on Gio just because Dante tells him to "T the PPPD. Portia shows up having learned that Curtis was brought in, only to spot him in interrogation with Jordan. Snarking that Curtis is in good hands, Portia texts Ava asking where she is. In the interrogation room, Nathan says that as an ex-cop, Curtis would know how to stage a murder scene to throw off suspicion, but Jordan points out that he didn't even have access to the murder weapon. Nathan suggests Curtis could have gone to the Quartermain estate on Aurora business to see Michael and lifted the gun then. Curtis continues to flash back to meeting with Selena, who asked why he wanted to end Congressman Kane's life. He explained he'd been targeting his family, including his Aunt Stella. Jordan reminds Nathan that they already have a suspect on trial, so why are they grilling Curtis? Nathan explains they are helping shore up the DA's case by making sure it's tight regarding any other potential suspects, and Curtis' alibi has holes in it. Curtis continues recounting his meeting with Selena, who said she usually wouldn't get involved in such high-level assassinations but likes working with Curtis. Selena said it would be done in the next 2 hours and knew the perfect person for the job. Back in the present, Curtis tells Nathan this is a fishing expedition, and Nathan has nothing on him. Curtis stands by his statement, prompting Nathan to wonder where his wife was that night and why he was having drinks with his ex. Curtis says his relationships are none of Nathan's business and storms out. Gio and Emma head to the Brown Dog after surveilling Dalton's second lab, where they saw no signs of him or the dogs. Gio admits the timing of this address showing up at her door is weird, and this could be a setup. Emma knows it is a risk, but can't let the animals suffer another night. Gio says he's in, and they head out. Across the bar, Ava finds Nina throwing back martinis and assumes Willow went ahead with the wedding. Nina thinks the day couldn't get any worse, but Ava tells her she's not so sure about that. Ava then gets Portia's text and tells her to come to the Brown Dog. She then confesses that she told Portia that Nina threw her under the bus. Also, Portia is on her way there right now. Nina can't believe the nerve of her good friend, but Ava says they both know friends don't come easily for them. She tells Nina to fix this thing with Portia. That's when Portia storms in and sees Nina. Portia feels like she's been ambushed, so Nina excuses herself to go to the restroom. Ava swears to Portia she didn't try to trick her and knows she's angry with Nina, but she doesn't think they should be enemies. Portia bursts into the ladies' room to confront Nina, calling her a coward. Nina swears all she did was pass her name on to someone who wasn't the police or Alexis. Nina says she is sorry, but she was trying to help Willow by giving Alexis another suspect. Nina gets frank, saying the fact is she doesn't know where Portia went after they left the bar that night. Portia asks, "Do you think I shot Drew?" Nina says they all had reason to shoot Drew and she was just trying to protect her daughter. Portia says she has to think about protecting not only Trina, but the one she's carrying. Nina's stunned by the news, which Portia immediately regrets trusting her with. Portia tells Nina that the only reason she threw her under the bus is that she likely thinks her train wreck of a daughter did shoot Drew. Nina has heard enough and tries to walk out, but Portia screams, "I'm not done with you yet," and grabs Nina, pulling her back into the restroom. At their place, Laura tells Kevin about finding Dalton's dead body in the trunk of her car and recounts the events of the night, including calling Sonny. She says he handled the body and cleaned her car. Kevin is sorry that he wasn't here to help her, but she tells him this isn't his fault. Kevin fears this is far from over, and someone was sending her a message by putting that body in her trunk. She says she thinks she knows who is behind this. Kevin's phone has been repeatedly pinging through their talk, and he finally checks it. He learns one of his young patients just checked into the psych ward at GH. She says his patient takes precedence, and she likely won't be getting much sleep tonight. They embrace and tell one another they love each other. Nina storms out of the Brown Dog Bar, and Portia tells Ava that Nina's only concern is protecting Willow, so she has to do whatever it takes to protect her children. At the station, Nathan calls Turner and feels they need to take a closer look at Curtis and try to get a warrant for the security footage of his nightclub. At the Savoy, Curtis tells Jordan that he lied to the police tonight, but he doesn't want to lie to her. He wants to tell her what really happened. At her place, Lulu tells Dante to go to his dad's and talk to Rocco and find a compromise, because Gio isn't going anywhere. At Sonny's, Rick, and Rocco's evening is interrupted by a knock at the door. Sonny answers it, and it's Gio, Emma, and a whole lot of dogs. Finally, Laura gets another late-night visitor, looks through the peephole to see who it is, and composes herself. She opens the door, saying, "I thought you'd be stopping by soon." On the next General Hospital, Laura confronts her visitor, and Rick yells that Gio and Emma have made him an accomplice to all the laws they broke tonight.